Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 17 NFL previews and analysis. This video is for the game between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. This game will take place in Arizona. These two teams having very good seasons. San Francisco, winners of 5 straight at 11-4, had clinched a playoff spot on Monday night with their victory in the last game at Candlestick against the Falcons. And the Cardinals, okay, at 10-5 on the outside, looking in right now for a playoff berth. They need a win, okay, and they need some help to get in the playoffs. But it all starts with getting this win versus San Francisco. And you have Arizona as a team that's done what they've done this year, very under the radar. You have first-year coach Bruce Arians obviously coming in, implementing his own system on the offensive side of the ball. A little bit of a rebirth here for Carson Palmer, who's played especially well. Outside of last week, he had 4 interceptions in their win at Seattle. But outside of that game last week, in the second half of the year, Carson Palmer's really come on. That running game has improved. And you see this offense sort of now catching up to that defense of the Cardinals, which has been a mainstay here. And we saw how effective they were last week in Seattle. If you were to tell someone that a quarterback would throw 4 interceptions and their team would still win at Seattle, well, you would have to assume it's because the defense is really good. And that defense of Arizona is very good. They dropped the first game to San Francisco 32-20. If you remember that game, it was a game where Vernon Davis had 180 yards receiving. And Vernon Davis is not the only tight end that has given Arizona trouble this year. That has to be the focal point of their game plan to stop Vernon Davis, who didn't even have a catch last week versus Atlanta. So I expect for them to get him heavily involved and be the focal point of their game plan from a passing perspective for the 49ers. Something also to watch was that Frank Gore went over 100 yards versus Arizona. Arizona has a top 5 rushing defense. I don't expect that to happen again, where Frank Gore has the success to the level he did in the game at San Francisco. So how is Vernon Davis involved? Does Frank Gore get over 100 yards again? Vital to the success of the 49ers and vital for on the opposite side of that for the Cardinals to stop. And on the offensive side of the ball, can Carson Palmer take care of the ball and find his weapons that he has on the outside in Michael Floyd, in Larry Fitzgerald, among others. A big part of that will be how that Cardinals offensive line holds up against the pass rush of the 49ers. You saw Matt Ryan get some time to throw the ball last week. He put up 350 yards against the secondary. He did throw a big interception late, though, so the turnovers is what got Matt Ryan. They protected him relatively well. Can the Cardinals do that is going to be, I think, the biggest factor when you talk about if the Cardinals are able to move the ball here. Certainly on this San Francisco defense that is healthy now. They're healthy as a team. These two teams combined have won 8 straight games. Again, Arizona on the outside looking in still. San Francisco playing possibly still for home field. If they win, Seattle loses, San Francisco wins the division and gets home field. So there's a lot at stake for both these teams. Motivation will not be a problem in this one. These two teams very familiar with each other. I think what's going to end up happening in this game is I think the Cardinals do a better job against Frank Gore. I think that puts the ball in the hands of Colin Kaepernick. And I think that in that situation, the 49ers come up a little bit short in this one because you have to remember how much Arizona has at stake here. I think they're going to come out leaving no tricks in the bag. I think they're going to come out with trick plays that they need to, leave nothing sort of a chance here in this game. And I go back to that Cardinals defense, which I have a lot of trust in, okay? And I'm expecting a very big effort out of them. I think they'll be able to hold down the receivers on the outside of San Francisco and do a great job against the run in this one. I think they get enough out of Carson Palmer to win this game. So I like this is a pick'em. It's an even game, which I think it absolutely is. And with the Cardinals absolutely needing it, I like Arizona at home versus San Francisco. I still think San Francisco is the better team. I think San Francisco and Seattle are the 2 best teams in the NFL. Okay, but I just think the circumstance in this one, that Arizona gets this one, and we'll see if they make the playoffs. It may not even make a difference as far as the playoffs go. But guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview every game every week. We'll be previewing the playoff games, and we'll also be covering the NFL draft. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.